Last 3 weeks of the session, we haven't worked the budget out yet. No big surprise there, really, though.
No, it's to be expected because, especially this year, I mean, there's always fine-tuning to be done, but I'm afraid there's more than fine-tuning involved right now. There's hundreds of millions of dollars that they still haven't decided how they're going to cover the budget gap. And that's not really a criticism, that's a description. This is a tough year.
And we've heard a lot recently about tax credits. The Democrats in the House in particular came up with a plan of really getting rid of a whole lot of them. Republicans have indicated, yeah, maybe some of them. And where are we at in this tax credit and other exemptions?
Yeah, actually, the most aggressive position on tax credits was taken by the governor in the State of the State address. And since then, it's been much less dramatic, both on the part of the executive and the legislative branch. And the Democrats had a series of press conferences last week, and they got good coverage and got a lot of attention for their basic point: we need to address the tax credits, tighten them up, put a moratorium. The problem is when you get into some of the particulars, good Democrats like J. Paul Gum, for example, from Durant, has a big problem with tightening up on the rural business tax credit, which has a big impact on jobs of 50, 60 at a time in investment out in the country. So this is very difficult. There's a lot of arguing going on, but when you get down to specifics, the Democrats had a little bit of trouble naming specifics, and the Republicans are expressing a lot of concern about the effect that doing away with the credits would have on positive business activity in the state. So I don't know how it's going to turn out.
The unintended consequences that would happen.
Right.
Is there any way, any possible formula, solution, whatever, that can prevent, say, 10% cuts across the board?
I don't think so. I think that even education this time is going to take some substantial cuts, because the bottom line is, when you look at it, is that the only alternative to some dramatic correction on the spending side is going to have to be growth of the economy, and we're not there yet. Now, the last few revenue reports have been good, but they're not nearly enough to backfill for fiscal year 2011, which is what we're arguing about now.
I've got 10 seconds left. Okay. What's going to be the point, do you think, that finally everyone agrees, okay, this is what the budget, what's got to be that tipping point?
You'll see some moratoriums imposed on some of the tax credits. That'll help make up for some of the gap. The Republicans would like to leave $150 million in the rainy day. That might become a jump ball. At the end of the day, there'll be a deal, because there has to be.
There has to be. That's the key, Pat. We do